Hello, thank you for being here today. I am CEO of AlphaTech Investment Solutions and creator of AlphaBot. That's the project I'm going to be demoing today. AlphaBot is designed for those of us working with alternative investments such as hedge funds, private equity, liquid alternatives, and many other things. The industry is well known for difficulties associated with it, and some of those difficulties are very annoying and very expensive and can lead to delayed decision-making, opportunities lost, and many other issues. So I will focus on just 3 of those issues today. Issue number 1, it is very hard still in this early 21st century to collect the data that you need for analysis and for picking your next investment. The industry is fragmented. Each vendor pushes their own products. They are having their own websites or services where you have to create accounts, download files, and work with that eventually. So issue number 2, that even after you have created all those accounts, obviously data comes in different formats, and then you have to put it all together somewhere and study it and do some research with it. And because the industry is always up and running and the new performance figures come in every day, every month, every quarter, you have to keep updating this process and keep repeating this process. So issue number 3 is that once you have done your analysis, it is still hard to present the results back to your client, such as an investor potentially, because it is mostly done by traditional means, such as creating a static PDF and sending it back to the client. So they get a static page, and they probably have tens, if not hundreds, of such pages, and they have difficulties figuring out how is your solution any better than everybody else's. So this is why we have created AlphaBot, to address those issues. And AlphaBot is designed as a professional network where different entities have their accounts. The data is already loaded. It's updated automatically. We provide the APIs for this service and the other integration tools. And then if I am a client that wants to collect certain data, then I can do this with just a few clicks. So let me show you how easy I can get data on 3 different asset classes and thousands of instruments, literally without any single file. Here's Barclay Hedge, which is a well-known vendor of hedge fund data. I pick the data set that I want. This is a free data set of benchmarks. Click Purchase, agree to the terms, and click Request Data, and I got it. Morningstar is a well-known provider of equity indices. Here's almost 2,400 equity indices from Morningstar, covering all kinds of markets, like Asian, for example. We are here in Hong Kong, to developing markets, emerging markets, US, and so on and so forth. Similar idea. Click, subscribe, and now the data is available to me. And finally, again, we talked about blockchain and cryptocurrencies. So here's data on 2,000 cryptocurrencies, almost 2,000 cryptocurrencies. Similar. Click, subscribe, done. Vendors can also charge for their data, as you have seen, and the payment can be done directly through the system. But that's not exactly the point as of the moment. So now let me show you how we address issue number 2. The data is already in the system. I can go in and work with any of this now. Here's Morningstar data, right? Cryptocurrencies. And last but not least, let's say Barclay Hedge indices, right there. So, and what I can do now, I can do all kinds of research with this and combine it all on the fly, and it doesn't care and doesn't matter where it's coming from. So here, for example, is again performance of Bitcoin. And I want, for example, to compare it to Barclay CTA index. And I immediately see that there's something wrong. And what something wrong is that Bitcoin is so hugely volatile that it basically kills everything else. So with one click, I can adjust volatility to a desired level to make them comparable. The data also comes in different formats, meaning one is daily, the other one is monthly. So it's already converted for you. You didn't have to spend a moment of your time doing this. And here is to top it off Morningstar Hong Kong Index, just to compare it all together. Now I can do any kind of analysis which is typical in investment or portfolio construction business. And I can also do classical reporting if I want to. generate a PDF if I need to, but we are trying not to, and that's the whole point, and so on. So here it just takes a second to generate the report. Here is a classical PDF report that can be sent to a client if you want. Finally, issue number 3. How do I use this to show it back to my client? Well, it's also very easy. Imagine for this example, I have created a portfolio that I want to send back to my client. Here's Portfolio Creator. And here's a simple what's called overlay portfolio, where we take a little bit and allocate to the alternatives. Supposedly, it is something that my client wants to see. Well, this is what I can do. Click, send, pick the name of my client. Done. Now, I will switch to the client's account, just for the demo purposes. Click refresh just to make sure the data is there. And here is that portfolio. Now, this client can do anything they want directly in the system. They can compare it against their own benchmarks, then can make their own decisions. They can modify the allocation strategy, change it, and do many other things. So altogether, this creates the value proposition for AlphaBot. 1, don't spend time collecting the data. Refocus that time, and it may be up to 90%, on actually studying it and making investment-related decisions. Number 2 is that it improves the relationship, and it creates a network of your connections where you can communicate with your clients directly. And it's instant and very convenient. And as a result, you save time, and you may get better opportunities and get better results. Well, thank you very much. I'll be at my booth if you have questions or wants to see more.